Marking the anniversary of the 200th anniversary of the death of Jane Austen, Author Talk with Deborah Yaffe, Among the Janeites, the many flavors of Jane Austen, at the Monmouth County Library headquarters in Manalapan.
We'll also be talking about the community of fandom around Jane Austen and about the different kinds of responses people have to Jane Austen and essentially the different kinds of Jane Austens that people experience.
What are the different flavors of Jane Austen?
Well, you definitely get people who see her as a kind of escape to a more peaceful and elegant time. That's kind of the image of Jane Austen that's often presented in the movies and the television shows based on her work. Kind of a beautiful time when everyone wore lovely dresses and was very polite to each other and sat around drinking tea all the time. But a lot of us see a more kind of subversive or satirical or spiky kind of Jane Austen. She's a very funny writer. She has a lot of subtly presented but very clear criticism of the society that she lived in, of the ways that women were limited in their choices, of the kind of the greed and selfishness and venality that she saw around her. So that's definitely also part of people's response to her. So now we'll move on to the really hardcore stuff. Your DVD of Pride and Prejudice skips automatically to the wet shirt scene. More or less my case, yes. Someone gave you a Jane Austen action figure. You bought an Empire waist ball gown, even though it's not your look. You compare people you know to Jane Austen characters. Some takers on that one. You give Jane Austen board books as baby presents. I'm actually very fond of this book. This is a Pride and Prejudice counting book, which starts with, it's like one English village, two rich gentlemen, and then my very favorite is the last one, which is 10,000 pounds a year.
Well, we really like to invite diversity into this library system, and it's so great to have authors and such talent to bring here. Our audience is very sophisticated and loves to have concerts as well as theatrical performances, and today just hits all of the high marks, including an author talk.
Why Jane Austen is even the title of a book by the scholar Rachel Brownstein. It's no surprise that articles expounding on the exact 8 reasons why Jane Austen is still so popular or so relevant or so politically cutting edge tend to spring up like mushrooms after a rainstorm whenever a major Austen anniversary rolls around or a new Austen-related film hits our screens. And this summer, of course, was the 200th anniversary of Jane Austen's death, so it was a very good time for this kind of thing.
Also on hand was Raconteur, Radio from the Past.
Elizabeth, sitting over there to the right. She's very beautiful herself. Let me present her to you. Sorry, old man. She doesn't tempt me in the least.
Mr. Darcy, you must permit me to introduce this young lady to you as a most desirable dancing partner. Thank you, Sir William. Miss Bennet?
You need not worry, Mr. Darcy. I have not the slightest intention of dancing. I'm sorry, Sir William, but I'm a little tired this evening.
Surely you won't refuse me?
I suppose I must be the first that ever has, Mr. Darcy.
You shouldn't be sitting here all by yourself.
What amazing conceit you have, Mr. Darcy, to think that you could add anything to a moonlit evening.
You don't like me, do you, Miss Bennet?
That is an understatement, Mr. Darcy.
I'm very sorry, but it is something that seems to draw me to you. The room was suddenly empty when you walked out.
These and many other programs are available at your Monmouth County Library. For more information, check us out online at monmouthcountylib.org.